Hello and welcome to Reverie Luxury Auto Sales. I hope you're having a wonderfully fine and relaxing evening, yes? Wonderful. Now, unfortunately, before we delve too deep into the pleasantries, I must first insist that I have the opportunity to ascertain your reason for seeking out our rather exclusive services this evening, yes. After all, you must understand that we here at Reverie Luxury Auto Sales offer the most premier supercars, hypercars, luxury automobiles, luxury SUVs, all of it, to only the most upper echelon of clientele. Now, judging, of course, by my first impressions of yourself, you absolutely fit our client base. Your suit is perfectly tailored. All aspects of your personage are so well put together and well fashioned. It would be inexcusable, yes, for me to believe you anything else other than our most richest, most exclusive of clients, yes. So we have that well taken care of, but of course there are two reasons why we ascertain your reason for seeking out our services. The first is to ensure, of course, that you fit our rather exclusive and rather exceptional client base, but the second is that we want to ensure that we're able to tailor all of our services to your preferences and to best serve you and your goals this evening. Yes, nobody, after all, seeks our services out just to browse. They're looking for something in particular. They're looking for something that only we can provide. Yes. So, if you do not mind my asking, how can we help you this fine evening? I see. A luxury SUV. Very well, very well. We have a wonderful amount ready for you in stock. But of course, if you prefer some of the more exclusive packages, options, or customizations, we can also work directly with the manufacturer to make sure that all of those requests, requirements, are taken care of duly, yes. Now, will this be for yourself? Or, I know we're getting just about to that time of year, is this perhaps a gift for someone special? A gift? I see. So wonderfully generous you are, yes. Wonderful. We love to see it, we really do, yes. Because not only are we able to serve you, of course, and bring happiness, bring satisfaction of a wonderfully exclusive purchase directly to you, of course, but we also get to share that happiness with your gift recipient, yes. So, of course, we're able to offer you all sorts of wonderful luxury automobiles, SUVs in particular. Now, if you do not mind, just on a brief inventory of yourself, as well as the vehicle which you arrived in, I've already cataloged and mentally arranged a few offerings which I believe will best suit your interests, yes. So, unless of course you had one of our vehicles which you would like to seek out specifically, if you would not mind, I would love to take you on a bit of a tour, yes. I would like to take you on a bit of a tour of our most popular offerings, our most expensive offerings, and our most exclusive offerings. Is that to your liking? Wonderful. I see. Excellent, but, of course, before we delve into the business of the evening, I would be a poor host indeed, and perhaps an even worse salesman, if I were to neglect to offer you a refreshment. Now, of course, here at Reverie Luxury Auto Sales, we have all manner of wonderful refreshments spirits. We have alcohol, liquors, beers, wines, of course, all the most expensive, most exclusive, most delicious and delectable options for you, all available. We also have waters, both sparkling and still, which we can offer you, all of which, of course, are extraordinarily delectable. It is odd, perhaps, to consider water of any sort to be delectable, delicious, even scrumptious. And yet, if prepared correctly and left in its most natural state, I can absolutely promise you that you will not be disappointed by our delicious water, and I can assure you that you would take one sip and go, my goodness, that is the most delicious water I've ever consumed. Yes. Now, do any of these refreshments sound to your liking? Or if you prefer, we can procure quite quickly. We can procure any manner of refreshment, be it beverage or otherwise, to suit your unique needs and preferences. What will it be, my friend? Water. I see. In that case, allow me to procure for you one of our finest bottles of water. Yes. And I know, in fact, you'll find it to your liking. Just one moment, please. This is Icelandic spring water, which I have procured for you this evening. Our finest bottle, alkaline, of course, to help your body rest, recover, and hydrate. Yes, it is delicious. It is uniquely flavorful. It has all sorts of wonderful minerals and electrolytes to help you stay hydrated and provide all sorts of wonderful benefits to the body. Minerals, after all, are one of those things that in perhaps less modern diets, we would have an absolute plethora of. But in more modern diets, we tend to prioritize vitamins and more of the macronutrients over some of the minerals. Water, such as this. So delicious and so refined, purified, of course, but not too much as to lose its natural flavorings. Is a wonderful supplement for certain minerals. Now, if you find this to your liking, would you like me to pour you a glass? Wonderful. Just one moment, please. And here you are. Wonderful. Now that, of course, we have seen to your adequate refreshment, I would like to now take you on just a brief inventory and tour of some of our most popular luxury SUV offerings. As per custom, we will start with the least expensive option and work our way to the most expensive offerings that we have available for you today. Now, the thing of luxury SUVs is that once you reach a certain price threshold, typically around $100,000, yes, we are going to see that a lot of the features that you might see advertised on your television or directly sent to you in various social medias, etc., you'll see that a lot of those features become mainstays, yes. So we won't talk too much about, for example, air ride suspension, or Google connectivity, or Apple CarPlay. We won't talk too much about those. Instead, what we're going to talk about are the things which make each vehicle unique, very unique, special indeed, and of course worth purchasing as opposed to its competition. Yes. Do you understand? Wonderful. Now, I've done a terrible thing, and I've begun to make assumptions. Without consulting you, the client, on this particular endeavor, which is a crying shame, and please allow me to immediately apologize for such a thing, but then also, yes, seek to correct this grievous error on my part. Because, after all, though I've inquired as to a gift, the nature of the transaction, rather, and I've inquired as to what vehicle you would like to purchase, I've neglected to inquire as to your budget. Yes. So, of course, you know that luxury SUVs tend to start out around $60,000 to $80,000, but the upper echelon of vehicles, yes, tends to be much higher. So, what is your budget for this particular endeavor? I see. Well, it has been a long time since I've had the pleasure of servicing someone such as yourself who is so generous as to not place any budget whatsoever on this particular transaction. Wonderful. In that case, I will have a great many vehicles to share with you, and I think a few which are really going to be piquing your interest and really going to be tailored to your requirements. Of course, all of these services which I have discussed, the refreshments which we've provided, you know, of course, that this is exclusive to Reverie Luxury Auto Sales, and the reason that it is so is because we have a firm belief that in order to attract and maintain such a wonderful client base, such as yourself, that upper echelon of a client base, we must serve in an upper echelon of service. Yes, we must serve beyond first class into that truly custom territory, such that each client, each person who walks through those doors is treated wholly uniquely, and we ensure that we're not just meeting, I should say, but exceeding your expectations. Yes. Wonderful. I'd like to mention that just to really drive home, really ensure your understanding for how seriously we take your requirements, how seriously we take any input we receive from you, I should say. We absolutely want to ensure that you are not just satisfied, but absolutely blown away by your purchase. That your purchase here with us today fulfills every possible requirement that you could have, and then some. Yes. I simply want to emphasize it just to show the lengths to which we will go to ensure your satisfaction. Now, of course, if something isn't to your satisfaction, or if there's a change which needs to be made, do not hesitate in the slightest, please, to speak up, interrupt, however you'd like, and notify us, yes, so that we might make the requisite change. Yes, please. Wonderful. Now, I believe that I have, perhaps rambled long enough, yes. Let us now begin with the offerings. Yeah. Our first offering for you this evening is the Jeep Grand Wagoneer. Now, of course, I've no doubt that you've heard of the Grand Wagoneer. Its heritage and its pedigree is legendary, but perhaps you had not considered the Grand Wagoneer as a purchase which would fulfill your needs. Allow me a moment, please, to share with you all the wonderful and incredible features that this rather remarkable vehicle possesses, and perhaps explain, educate you as to just how delightful this particular vehicle is, and how I think it might just be the one, yes, to meet your requirements and fulfill your needs. The Jeep Grand Wagoneer, of course, is a product of the Jeep lineup, and you can see that in its design philosophy quite easily. The front grille, for example, extraordinarily distinctive of Jeep, but beyond that, the body shape, tires, and emblems are all very distinctive of the Jeep heritage, yes. But once you take in perhaps its more modest and subtle exterior, you can take a look at some of the more wonderful features that this particular luxury SUV has to offer. Retailing for about $125,000, this particular model, and the one which I would recommend to you as it is the most luxurious vehicle in the Jeep lineup, is the Series L3. Yes, the Jeep Grand Wagoneer L Series 3. Its most luxurious offering the Jeep has to offer. You can see on the interior wonderful technological developments. This vehicle is less a standard automobile and more of a technological experience. Amazon Fire built in, Amazon Alexa built in, absolutely. It has a 38-inch curved OLED display, yes, which they are rather proud of. Wonderful natural oak accents on the interior for the lining. Premium luxury leather seating, yes. This particular model can seat either 7 or 8 individuals, if that is to your liking, and it has 510 horsepower and a maximum top speed of 155 miles per hour. I know that sometimes for SUVs, performance can fall by the wayside as a consideration, but we always like to remind our clients just how impressive these vehicles are from a performance standpoint, especially since so much of the Jeep Grand Wagoneer is that performance focused. It's rugged. It's extraordinarily well constructed, well engineered. You can see its design philosophy melds these two concepts, luxury on one hand and that rugged performance on the other, seamlessly together, yes. It of course has the Macintosh entertainment option available for you, which I would suggest as an option. Yes, absolutely. Full connectivity, various plugs, USB connection options available to you. There's also the Obsidian model, which comes with that extraordinarily sleek black finish and additional details in the rims, yes. I always recommend the Obsidian model as it has that extra flair, elegance perhaps, yes, which the non-Obsidian L Series 3 perhaps lacks a bit. The Obsidian elevates the vehicle to that next level of not just performance, but luxury and style, yes. Such that even for an individual such as yourself, you might be thinking, a Jeep? This is not just any Jeep, this is the Jeep, yes. Of course, it also comes with hands-free cruise control, yes, on various applicable roadways, and you can find those. There's a guide that's included, of course. Also comes with pedestrian and animal detection to ensure your safety at all times, yes. It is extraordinarily spacious with a large amount of storage capacity and just under 10,000 pounds of towing capacity. If, for example, you're going to be taking individuals on a trip with this, or you're the person that you're gifting this to, I should say, would be taking individuals on a trip, this would be the perfect vehicle. Seats a great number of individuals, has impressive storage capacity even at full seating capacity, and if somehow there were even more additional items which needed to be packed, that 10,000 pounds of towing capacity can easily transport all of the valuables, belongings, well, heck, even a four-wheeler, ATV, side-by-side, or 2, 3, who knows, a boat, perhaps. All because The Jeep Grand Wagoneer is this perfect seamless blend of performance and spacious, thoughtful luxury. Yes. How do you take the Jeep Grand Wagoneer L Series 3? I see. Looking to perhaps stretch that budget just that little bit more, or lack thereof, I should say. Stretch that lack of budget just a little bit more, and perhaps find something that has a little bit more notoriety behind its name. I can appreciate this, yes. The Jeep Grand Wagoneer is a wonderful vehicle, but perhaps not as distinctive, not as luxurious in its presentation. Exterior presentation, the interior of course is sublime, but the exterior presentation perhaps a bit limited. I can appreciate this, absolutely. Let us shift our focus then to the next offering which I have selected for you. This stunning vehicle is the Cadillac Escalade Model V, presented with its onyx packaging, which again adds that bit of additional flair, elevates the style and luxury, and just presents a more seamless, stunning design. Yes, I always recommend again the onyx packaging. Just creates that little bit of additional separation between yourself and other people who may or may not have selected a perhaps cheaper, less luxurious Cadillac Escalade model. After all, you do see these occasionally on the road. You want yours to be distinct. The Model V retails for approximately $150,000, and it's worth every penny. The Cadillac Escalade Model V, of course, has a similar capacity, 7 to 8, as the Grand Wagoneer, but it's just that next step up in luxury, yes. Features, perhaps the next level as well. It does have Super Cruise mode, again on available roadways, which allow for hands-free shifting from lane to lane, and just in general, a more hands-free automated experience. But where I think the Escalade really begins to shine, outside of its extraordinary, you can see here, 3-screen design, and that beautiful infotainment center, very thoughtfully designed, every part of the pilot and co-pilot seat. Where I think the Escalade really shines, however, is its consideration of the passengers. The 2 passengers seated directly behind the pilot and co-pilot have options to also have access to 12.1-inch, again, OLED entertainment screens, entertainment centers. Yes. They also have more than 36 speakers positioned all throughout the vehicle to not just ensure adequate acoustic experience, yes, but to also help ease perhaps that situation. You've ever been in a vehicle, perhaps in your earlier days, where you were seated behind the pilot or co-pilot, they asked a question, you couldn't quite hear it. And then you tried to respond, but they couldn't quite hear you, and there was a bit of a uncomfortable gap in understanding that occurred. The Escalade seeks to reduce this as much as possible with conversation enhancers, yes. Those 36 AKG speakers also serve as conversation enhancers, which will allow you to seamlessly hear not just the pilot and co-pilot, but everyone even back to the 3rd row. Yes, very thoughtfully designed. Now, of course, you may be thinking to yourself, thoughtfully designed, absolutely. The exterior is beautiful. The interior is even more so, even more luxurious. Leather seating, of course, yes, and massage options available. But how is the performance? What's under the hood? I'm very glad that you asked. It has a 6.82-liter supercharged engine with over 400 horsepower, and it can attain speeds of 0 to 60 miles per hour in 4.4 seconds. This is a wonderful blend of performance and luxury, though not perhaps to the same off-roading degree as the Jeep Grand Wagoneer. This vehicle is really made to feel that thunder of performance. The engine is beautiful, it's impressive, striking. All aspects of the Escalade are really just that next level. But where the Model V stands out from the crowd and makes itself known is its V mode. Now, the V mode allows you to customize just about every aspect of the driving experience, including drivetrain aspects. Everything from performance to interior can be customized through the V mode. Yes, exclusive to the Cadillac Escalade Model V. It appears in no other Escalade models, and it will surely help you stand out, not just as the gift giver, because surely the person who's receiving this will appreciate it greatly, but when they're driving, everyone will not just see it out of the corner of their eye and appreciate it. It won't be lost in the crowd. It will be turning heads. Yes, it will be the star of the show. How do you take the Escalade Model V? I see. Looking for something perhaps a bit more exotic, a bit more. I understand completely, yes. I understand completely, and I believe that our next offering will be the one to meet that requirement, yes. Allow me to please introduce to you the BMW Alpina XB7 model, yes. This is BMW's premier, yes, luxury SUV offering. You see on the exterior, of course, it has those distinctive BMW features that help the manufacturer stand out amongst the crowd. That distinctive grille shape you can see, but just also the body design philosophy. It's distinct, very different from the Escalade, very different from the Grand Wagoneer. The Alpina XB7, which I'll just be calling the XB7 from here on out, is this beautiful blend of traditional design philosophy and extraordinary luxury. This particular vehicle is the most luxurious that I have shown you yet. It has all sorts of considerations for not just the pilot and co-pilot, but everyone in the vehicle, yes. The XB7 is bespoke, it's opulent, it's beautiful, it's distinctive, and the XB7 package that comes with it makes it an absolute menace in terms of performance. Has over 600 horsepower, a V8 supercharged engine again, beautiful styling on the interior, myrtle wood accents that you can see, but beyond that, there's just this certain aura that comes with the XB7, which is perhaps a bit lacking from the others, and I think that aura comes from its exclusivity, yes. You must understand, you may see other Grand Wagoneers, you may see other Escalades on the road, but you will not see an XB7 on the road, I guarantee it. This again is retailing for approximately $150,000. So just about the same as the Escalade, but it's just that aura that comes with it, that German manufacturing, the confidence that you can have in their extraordinary engineering, yes, everything flows through to make this beautiful, reliable, extraordinarily impressive, but most importantly, peerlessly luxurious vehicle. You can see it has a 3-panel sunroof, moonroof option with all sorts of wonderful lighting options available to further enhance not just your experience, but the experience of your passengers as well. Complete surround sound packages are available, again, to really just make this the most exclusive, most interesting, most comfortable ride. Massage seats, absolutely heated seats. You don't even have to ask at this point. At this price point, the amount of features which come standard is incredible. The XB7, though, also has the added bonus of being extraordinarily comfortable to drive. Sport considered air ride suspension, which makes it just a very, very pleasant and very, very smooth drive over pretty much any terrain. You've heard, of course, of the Rolls-Royce, yes, and their main design philosophy is the magic carpet ride. The XB7 is the closest which I have come to achieving that same effect. You really just don't feel the road. You're just kind of basking in the luxury in the moment. Of course, there are hands-free driving options available to you, yes. The technology needs not even be an issue at this point. Extraordinary connectivity to any device which you may have, absolutely. When I was first learning about this vehicle, one of the things that really stuck out to me when I was doing my research, when we were deciding whether or not to bring this on as part of our inventory, and what finally convinced me to do so, was just a very simple line that came directly from the manufacturer, and it's phrased to the client, and it reads simply as this: "You've worked hard to get here. Now enjoy the rest of the journey." And that, to me, just struck something inside of me. It convinced me immediately that this absolutely was a car which we must offer to our clients, because our clients, yourself, this upper echelon, work so hard and are so dedicated to whatever it is you do, be it running a business, investing, finance, Wall Street, whatever it is that you do. You work so very hard, and really it's moments like this which allow you to really just enjoy, look back and enjoy all that you've accomplished and all the journey that is still to go, but all of the comforts you now get to enjoy. The interior of the vehicle is premium. Again, Italian leather, yes. Again, all sorts of incredible specifications and various features which have been added to meet and exceed your expectations, but again, it comes down to that aura of quality, of premium, of exclusivity that the XB7 offers. Absolutely. With all that in mind, not to mention the extraordinary performance, not to mention the incredible luxury of the vehicle, how do you find the BMW XB7 model? I see. Not quite convinced. Oh no, please. I adore a tough customer. Tough customers, after all, have expectations. And in having expectations, have the opportunity to exceed them, to really surprise people like yourself with what beautiful offerings we have available for you. Yes, you see, people such as yourself, of your caliber, of your disposition, of your standing, you don't need to apologize. You've reached the point, you reach the zenith of being able to have expectations, have those standards, and then demand perfection, demand that they be met and exceeded. And it's the challenge of such a thing that really appeals to people like myself, and really is what convinced me to get into this business in the first place. Yes. Now then, if you wouldn't mind, I do have one final offering which I would like to show to you, and I believe it will be this offering, which is the one which you select, for many, many reasons, but I think it's because this is the car, the vehicle, which will blow you away. I guarantee you haven't seen one on the road. I guarantee you haven't seen one in an ad. This is that next step up, yes. Perhaps the final step up, maybe. But it's that next step up, definitely. Allow me to please introduce to you the Mercedes Maybach GLS 6000. Yes. Now, with the Maybach, there's all sorts of things which we can consider. We could consider, for example, how it blends the sophistication and elegance of a Maybach with the performance and the sheer aura, once more, of the Mercedes-Benz. We could consider this. We could consider the 4-liter V8 turbo engine, which can achieve speeds of 0 to 60 in under 4.8 seconds. We could consider this. We could consider its over 600 horsepower. We could, for example, consider that. Or we could consider the wonderful luxury that comes with this vehicle. We could, of course. But I ask that we perhaps, put that off to the side for just a moment. That we procrastinate in touching on those wonderful specifics to really pay attention to the details. You see, where the Maybach shines beyond these other vehicles that I've discussed, beyond the Wagoneer or the Escalade or even the XB7, beyond all of those, where this particular vehicle shines is in its execution of extraordinary details. Now, the first thing you'll notice about the Maybach GLS 6000 is its more modest seating capacity. This can only seat up to 5 passengers, or with the more premium passenger upgrades, 4 passengers. Now, the reason why I highlight this is not to try and dissuade you, but more to emphasize, if it's only serving 4 passengers, how much more luxurious that experience must be for those passengers, and it truly is. Let us focus on the details for a moment. Your cup holders are heated and cooled, yes, so that your drink might always be at the perfect temperature. The back seat with the premium package offers a refrigerator, champagne flute storage, all of those wonderful accoutrements and bespoke details which are going to elevate your passenger's experience beyond the ordinary into the extraordinary. Yes. It offers a panoramic sunroof with 64 lighting configurations and options. Wonderful, of course, yes. Surround sound it offers absolutely for the passengers. It offers massaged and heated seats. Those aren't just exclusive to the pilot and co-pilot seats. No. Not just exclusive to them. Everyone gets to share in that luxury. This vehicle, of course, comes with suspension options in excess of those which I've already shown you to offer that seamless magic carpet ride experience. Though I said the XB7 is the closest approximation to the Rolls-Royce experience, I believe that this particular vehicle, the GLS 6000, is the closest approximation to, not the Rolls-Royce perhaps, but the Bentley, yes. The Bentley and Rolls-Royce have been, they've been rivals for many, many years, and each has their own additional quirks. But I've ridden in both, and I will tell you that as comfortable as the Rolls-Royce is, the Bentley is just that little bit more so, yes. So the GLS 6000 being more of a Bentley than a Rolls-Royce, that is something truly special indeed, yes. This vehicle has the full suite of safety and driver assistance options which you would come to expect, the full suite of connectivity, and various infotainment displays and tablets and, touch screens available to you, absolutely, yes. But what really makes this vehicle special, unique, and totally exclusive is its ability to turn heads, to be the star of the crowd, and yet be so delightfully understated as to not be ostentatious. The XB7 has a nasty habit, I think, a bit of a nasty habit of commanding attention for too long, when maybe you just want a more understated driving experience. Be able to take notice of the wonderful vehicle that you have, but then be able to move on. It might still be in the back of their mind, thinking, oh my goodness, what an incredible vehicle that was. What an extraordinary, luxurious SUV that was. But they're not going to gawk. They're not going to gawk. They're not going to wonder at it. Distractingly so. They'll wonder, but in their own time, on their own time, yes. And that is where I think the GLS 6000 really shines. Again, you will not see the Mercedes Maybach on the road. Yours will be the only one, I assure you, yes. These are simply too exclusive, too expensive. I did mention, of course, or at least I believe I mentioned the $175,000 price tag, but if I did not, allow me to mention it now. But it is worth every penny. Impressive exterior, extraordinarily comfortable interior, and an attention to detail that is peerless, that is not at all copied in the industry. The Maybach stands alone at the summit of what a luxury SUV can truly be. Yes, this, I believe, is the correct choice for you. I think it's the right choice. I think it is the best choice. But of course, it doesn't quite matter what I think. It really matters what you think. How do you take the Mercedes Maybach GLS 6000? Wonderful. I am truly, truly glad to hear it. And if I don't mind, if you don't mind, I should say, me having a bit of a moment with myself, I would say that this is the one that I knew from the moment you stepped in would be the correct choice for you. Yes, it's the only choice. It's the right choice. This is absolutely the correct gift for you. Yes, wonderful. Now, of course, there is the matter of all sorts of signatures which are necessitated, and I imagine you'll want to present this as a gift, yes, with title in hand, which of course we can arrange, but that will necessitate cash payment, or payment today. For a person such as yourself, I can't imagine that will be an issue. Is that correct? Wonderful. I am so pleased to hear it, and even more than that, I am so pleased to have been able to not just meet, not just fulfill your expectations, your standards, but in my personal opinion at least, I believe we've exceeded them. Is that correct? Wonderful. We do have a bit of a habit of doing so, yes. We've built a business on it, in fact. Wonderful. I am so pleased. You've been an exceptional customer, client, as is, of course. I think exactly what you expect. So thank you so much for taking the time and opportunity to seek out our services. I know that you are satisfied. So now let us proceed with some of the paperwork and payment. I'll give you a bit of a tour of your new vehicle, more hands-on, allow you to really get a sense of just the quality that you've purchased. Wonderful. Thank you so much. And if you'll just follow me right this way, we'll take care of everything. Wonderful. Just a moment, please, and I'll be right with you once more. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.